Right guys, got a little bit of something different for you today. So rather than doing a woodworking project, well, it is a woodworking project as such, but it's somewhat a little bit different. As many of you know, I have been an antique dealer all my life, and primarily furniture. Furniture was my main thing, and I've sort of come back from it for the last couple of years, but I need to get back into it a little bit. So I'm going to show you how I would refurbish an old antique piece of furniture before I put it out for sale, and I'm going to put it up for sale as well, and I'm going to show you why this piece is so special and the value in it. So you can learn from this if you want. If you want to set yourself up doing it yourself, I might do a series in this videos of fixing furniture, and it's a good way of learning different woodworking techniques as well. If you've got to put a new leg on, if you've got to put a new base on, fix drawer runners, all that kind of thing. So let me show you the first piece of furniture I'm going to do. Right, the first piece here is this small side table, tilt top, some people call it snap top table. This is a Georgian, George III piece, and it dates to around about 1880, 1890-ish, all that kind of thing. Now, it's very, very worn. It needs a lift. Now, structurally, it looks okay, but it's still going to need quite a bit of work. As you can see there, it's got mould on it. This section here is a later added top. It's just through experience to know that. Now, what used to happen is, many of you know, people used to fix things at one time, and this is a case of that, or they used to sort of repurpose fit into something else, that kind of thing, mainly done in the Victorian era. But I don't know if this is just what it is. Nobody's going to know, but that's definitely a later added piece. That's oak, I should imagine. I'm not convinced that's the original top, but I'll know more as I get into the cleaning process and going round it. Now, the patina on it, if you can see here, all this patina, I've got to keep it. It has been messed with over the years, but I'm just going to keep that. You can still see bits of like where it's been stored, mould there, all that kind of thing. Now, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what this table is worth, so stick around to the end. Now, I picked this table up for £10, £10 only, and I got this from an auction a while back, and it was £10. And just wait to see the value at the end of what it is and how much I'm going to sell it for. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is give it a good clean and let it dry. I've got some mould remover there, I've got some Zaflora. You can use, the best thing to use for cleaning old furniture is, I forget the name of it. If I can remember the name of it, I'll put it up on screen. Elbow grease, it's called. Elbow grease, that's the one. But I'm just using that because that's all I've got to clean it with. But that, honestly, it is a really, if you're into your antique furniture, that is a stunning piece of furniture. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is just give it a spray over with this mould stuff. Let that sink in for a bit. See what you can see there? I've just put mould killer on, and what you get with a lot of this old antique furniture is nicotine. If you can think back, like loads of people just used to smoke back in the day. It was pipes, cigars, really strong tobacco, so it sort of got onto everything. But mainly the mould was sort of situated round here, so I'm just going to give that a wipe over. So what I'm going to do now is just put a bit of disinfectant spray on it, and I'm just going to go over every little bit of it. Getting all that crap. Look at the state of that. Just make sure you get into every sort of bit of it you can. So what I'll do now is I'll let that dry, and then I'll go over it again, give it another clean. Just look at the workmanship that's gone into that there, that joint. This bit here is definitely later added, and I'm leaning to think that this top may be later added, but I'll know more a bit. The sort of wear and tear, it's been overly varnished at some point as well, but we'll just get it back to like a state of where we can get it up for sale. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lightly dampen that top and just go over with a real fine sand back and forward, get the crap out, but trying not to take that patina out. As you can see here, these marks I want to leave in. There, its history and its character. Just let's see how that comes off now. It had like marks running this way on it as well, which needed coming out anyway. Just shows you how much crap and crud is on these old bits of furniture. That will be a mixture of old stain, dirt, old finish, tobacco, you name it, everything will be on that. Right guys, quick break, and just to let you know, a lot of people have been asking me how they can support the channel. So there's various ways you can support the channel. You can go into channel memberships, you can do that, the super thanks, whatever that is, but I'll be putting more things into the memberships as we go on. Other things you can do is, I've got a range of merchandise now, t-shirts, and that's to start with. These t-shirts with a Wood Junkie logo on, and the hat with a Wood Junkie logo. I've not made them too sort of advertiser, so they're nice quality cotton, all that kind of thing. These are 20 quid, these are 15 quid. So just hit me up in the email, and I've got my range of board butter as well. What you'll see me using. So if you want to support the channel in any way, there's some of the ways you can, you know, support the channel. Let's get back onto this. So that's it all dried out now. So this is a bit of elm here, which is later added. This top would have been the same period as this base, but these two would have been different bits of furniture. So maybe later, one's broken, they found a part for another or something like that, which you see a lot. But you can see how dry the wood is and everything. It's, at least it's all clean. I've got all that nicotine off it, all that mould off it, everything. It's all nice and dry now. Now I'm going to use a product on this, which I don't really like using, but it'll just give it a little bit of a lift. It's called Restore Finish. It's something I don't like using. You know, if this was to go into a proper person that restores furniture, they'd sort of do it all properly. But what you've got to bear in mind is when you're selling sort of furniture like this, there's cost implications of everything. There's only a ceiling of how much you're going to get for something. Now, a good restorer will charge you quite a lot of money, and rightly so, because it's an highly skilled sort of job. And if it was sort of a piece of furniture that was maybe worth thousands upon thousands, yeah, then it's sort of cost beneficial to do that. But in this case, it's not. So I'm just going to get it sale ready, and the market for this is going to be people that are just sort of decorating their houses, maybe a modern interior, and they want that sort of statement piece furniture, that bit of antique that breaks up the sort of modern look. And that is a really good sort of market to pitch to. There's a lot of people in that market. So I'm just going to check all the joints. Like there, that looks like it's coming away, but it's absolutely rock solid, so I'm going to leave it. There's a bit of old cracking going off here, but this is all sort of historical, some cracking here. But I will get some wax and sort of finishes into that anyway. But next step is getting a bit of this restorer finish on, which I don't like using, but I just think for this bit, it's going to give it a bit of a lift. So this is the sort of what I'm going to put on it. Now, the reason I don't like using it, because it's not like a permanent sort of finish, but what I'm going to wax over it and stuff. So just let's see what it comes out like. Like I say, I'm going to do the underneath first. Now this is dark oak, but you just got to play around with colours. But I know this will be, just through experience, this will be the best sort of colour match up to this. On here, this structure, everything is nice and tight and solid, so I'm not going to go into these screws here. I'm just going to leave them as they are. Everything's solid there, so best thing to do is just leave them. Just don't touch them, leave them. Dab it in there. Yeah, colour match is alright. You have a look at this here now, how it sort of comes up, brings it to sort of life there. And this is all you got to do with your furniture if you're going to sell it. It's like you can see it coming to sort of life. Now on here, all this here it's just worn. It's just, and I'll just go over that gingerly with this. May apply sort of 2 coats to it. It's like a I don't know what restorer finish is. It's like a pigmented type thing. And I can see some restorers, furniture restorers in the comments, give me a load of grief about it. But even they've got to agree, it's all about what value you can draw from your furniture. If I could afford to have it restored professionally, I would do. You know, it's a skilled art, and you guys deserve every penny you get, because I've seen the way you do it and it's something else. But as you can see there, the way that's sort of coming up, and it's bringing all its sort of wear through it, just taking it nice and easy. And I'm just going to go like this all the way around it until I get onto the top. Oh, you can see the difference there. This is with this finish on it, and that's without. So you can see how it just brings it more up to its sort of natural sort of thing without actually, you know, masking its sort of age and history. So there again, you can see there, you see the state of it at the beginning, but how it's starting to come back to life now. I'll let that dry for a good 10 minutes and I'm going to come back and give it a buff, and then let's see if it needs a second coat of that. I don't want to put a second coat on, but just let's see if it needs it. Just nice and lightly over it, nothing special. You're not wanting to get that age and history out. And you'll be surprised what these sell for. I'll show you some pictures at the end of the video. Just that's all it needs, is just that. Right, so I don't think I need another coat on that. I think the richness has come back through onto that. So what I'm going to do now, clean rag, and I'm just going to buff everything, as you can see there. Just get any of the excess off. And then I'm just going to simply wax over it and let's see how it comes out. This section here, as you can see, that's not the original latch for it. You know, you can see holes round here, round the back there, where the original latch for this top would have been. Whether this was the original, and it can't have been the original top. The same sort of age range, the top, and this are both Georgian. This is obviously well later added, and this is later added. This is more Victorian, so this has been played about with and messed with, but it's still a George III table, and you'll find a lot of this in the antique world. So it's all cleaned, it's all been had a bit of stain to lift it, all the sort of detail and old wear and tear are all still there, and I'm just going to simply go over it now with some of me wood balm. So obviously people use this for chopping boards and stuff like that, but it's great for old furniture. So just let me show you how it goes on here. You simply applicate a pad onto there and just sort of rub it in and leave it, and you can see that that is bringing that up lovely. So with this, a little really does go a long way. Just use the applicator pad to put it on all your furniture. You want to revive furniture, old leather, but if you're doing it on leather, make sure you do a test patch first, because some old leather's just been sort of sprayed and not been sort of done in the proper process. All the like more modern type ones that kind of thing. So just make sure with leather, but it's great on leather. So if you want some of that, hit me up in the email, because it is good stuff and it helps the channel. So that's still got the wax applied. I'm just going to let that sort of dry in a bit, then I'm going to come back and buff it again. Don't forget the junkie juice. But I've got to start thinking about photographs now. Now in my warehouse, when I had my warehouse, I had a photograph sort of section where I could photograph pieces of furniture. I haven't got that luxury no more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try technology. I'm going to put all the damn pictures and all the dimensions into AI and come up with it where it can put it in modern interiors and use them as selling pictures, as long as the table is as the table with all its warts and everything. Right, so off camera I've completely finished that now. That'll do. That's ready for sale. Now on the screen I'm going to pop up what some dealers are actually charging for these, so I hope you get an idea of what you can do and what you can pick up. The sun's shining on that a bit, but I've managed to retain all the old sort of marks and wear, and this is all nice. The base has got like a nice subtle sort of sheen to it, not too glossy or anything like that. That's just ready to go into a really smart modern interior there. And what am I going to charge for it? I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. Probably round about the £200 mark plus shipping. Depends. Maybe a little bit less. It's going to cost £50–60 to ship in the UK, that, so got to take that into consideration. But from what the other dealers are charging, I think I'd have no trouble shifting that. So it's an easy sort of win, that one. And the pictures where I've sort of photographed the actual table and, you know, put them in a backdrop, you should be seeing them any time now. So just to give you an idea. But yeah, that has turned out better than I actually expected. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. Look at them pad feet, they're fucking they're stunning. Sorry for swearing. But yeah, let me know what you think, and if you want to see more videos like this, drop me a line and I will keep you updated what I actually sell this one for. But I'm well happy with that. Look at that. Look at that, how rich that colour's come out. Yeah, so happy with that. And that is the more sought after sort of rectangular top. You do get them in like a circular top, which are nice, but these are more sought after, these sort of square top ones. So guys, I hope you like that video. Turned out nice in the end, just the right amount of work needed on it. I could have sent it out, got it, you know, done off a restoration expert, but then there'd have been no money when I go to potentially sell it. So like I said, it cost me £10. I'm going to look round about the £200 mark plus shipping to sell that. Now you can do that at home. You know, if you need any sort of guidance on anything like that on antique furniture, please do reach out to me. I'm always here to help. And let me know if these videos, you like them. Things like this, small resto jobs, bit more in depth, maybe building a foot up a new drawer, that kind of stuff that I could do myself. So guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.